Hello everyone, welcome to I Jump Instead and welcome to this 20-minute lower body flexibility and strength routine on a rebounder. I am Trophy Steffi. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to be jumping on my Jump Sport 350 Pro rebounder for today's workout. I have a towel and a pillow close by because we're going to be doing leg inversion exercises where we have our back on the mat and our feet and arms up in the air. So the towel is for behind my back for maximum comfort and the pillow is for behind my head. These are both recommended but not required. We're going to get started with a quick lower body warm-up and then we're going to do some steps to activate the lower body and to collect up those very necessary steps that we need every day that we can get on our rebounder. Are you ready for this beginner-friendly class? It starts now, 20 minutes. Here we go. So starting with health bounce, let's put our feet into a wide stance, toes slightly fanned out, and lift through the spine. Make sure the shoulders are open, the chin is level, teeth are closed, hands on the bar. And I want you to stand up as tall as possible, a very soft bend in the knees, just to absorb the bottom of the bounce. And I want you to feel that absorption. I want you to feel the bottom of the bounce, activating every single cell in your body, from the front of your body to the back of your body, side to side. So we really want to stand up tall here and feel and connect to the tummy, the lower back, the pelvic floor, the neck, all in symmetry. Reach your head up just a little bit more, pulling your shoulders down. 3, 2, and 1. Now let's go ahead and do some hip twisting by pulling one heel forward at an angle at a time. Feel the hips getting more open and loose. I also want you to push your hips forward and give me a light contraction in the glutes. So this is going to help us to activate those glutes and to strengthen the hips. We are also going into the thighs and the knees and ankles. And I want you to feel the symmetry in your movements here. Connecting to the squeeze in your glutes, and your nose breath. Core muscles, let's connect here and now. Maybe touching your tummy just to see how that feels. Maybe put a little bit of firmness in there to help with the activation. So the core and the glutes working as a team. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to do some leg reaching. So I'm going to have you stand off to the side of the rebounder and I want you to reach one leg off the side of the rebounder. I want you to stand up tall, chin is level, hands on the bar, and lengthen through the leg all the way to the toes. I want you to start by feeling into the hips, connect to the reach, feel the thigh, leg muscle activate, feel the stretch in the knee, feel the toes point so we can feel the shin lengthening, the calf is activating, the ankle is stretching. Now open the toes, continue to reach through the leg. Now I want you to point again through the toes, reach for 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch sides. Chest is up. Let's start by pointing through the foot, pulling through from the hip. Feel the thigh muscle activate, almost like the leg is tense or squeezed. The muscle is activated. We're stretching the knee, the shin, activating through the calf, ankle is stretched. Now let's spread the toes wide. And now let's reach again for 3, 2, and 1, switching sides. This time I want you to rotate the ankle slowly in one direction as you continue to reach through the hip. And now rotate in the other direction. And now I want you to flex the foot. So lift the foot up and feel the stretch through the calf. 3, 2, 1, switching sides. Begin to rotate through the ankle slowly, mindfully feeling into your ankle here and rotate in the other direction. Now I want you to lift the foot and flex it and reach through the heel. 3, 2, and 1. Now let's go ahead and get into some stepping here. So I want you to bend the knees, chest is up, core is engaged, chin level, hands on the bar, and you can take them off if you desire. I'm going to go ahead and have mine on the handlebar for perfect alignment and symmetry in my leg activation. And now I want to connect to the thighs and be very present in my mind to muscle connection, feeling symmetry into both legs activating. So I can have my feet fully connected to the mat. There are a lot of strategies with that. We can really focus on pushing and just keeping our feet glued to the mat. We could also lift up partially. We could continue to be pressing through the mat, or we can be just gently stepping, not wanting to activate the legs as much. We could also be lifting and doing a little bit of a knee lift, knee and foot lift. All three forms are very efficient and effective. I want you to choose one, or you can explore all different ways of stepping onto your mat while we activate the fronts of the legs, the inner outer thighs, and even the backs of the legs. So make sure that when you land the foot into the mat and push, you are pushing through the heel as well, connecting to the backs of the legs. Let's go ahead and fan our toes outward, breathing through the nose, connecting to the heels pressing down, as well as the top half of the feet. So full foot contact with every step. You can also explore the pace at which you are walking. You might want to walk a little faster or slower, pushing a little bit deeper, or standing up a little taller. Find your rhythm, find your perfect form, your perfect level of activation, so you can continue nose breathing, activating through the core muscles as well. Now I want you to bring the toes so they're facing inward. Prioritize your knees, make sure they're happy. So just be guided by that and modify your move as you need to. But I want you to feel the strengthening opportunity here in this position, going up into the hips, feeling into the glutes. You might just touch the side lower glute and feel what the muscle does when you step down onto that side of the mat. You feel the muscle contract. It's happening on both sides symmetrically, and I want you to be present in activating with equal weight distribution in order to make that symmetry happen, being present in it. Now I want you to stagger your feet, so one is forward, one is back, and connect here to the symmetry in both legs, activating as well. Both feet are staying flat with every press, and be present in your press. Both feet connecting to that, keeping the chest up, chin level, teeth closed. Let's go ahead and slowly rotate around in a circle so we can switch positions and put the other foot forward and the other foot back. Feel every press as an opportunity to activate and strengthen the legs. Now let's go ahead and walk back around in that circle again. So we stop right here in the middle, feet wide, and now let's walk towards the center of the mat, and let's put our feet just a couple inches apart and continue marching or stepping right here. So feel every single step pushing down into the mat just with the right amount of force to feel and connect, to activate and to have your heart rate pumping, but it's happy. Legs are activating. Feel the glutes. Let's go ahead and go back to a hip width stance, just a little bit narrower than the first position we were in, which was a wide stance. So stay here in this hip width stance, chest up, chin level. Now let's go into that wide stance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and health bounce. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and lay down on our rebounder and do our 10-minute leg inversion segment, starting with jitterbug. So as soon as you are laying down on your rebounder, go ahead and start the jitterbug, which means your arms and legs are up in the air and they are shaking and releasing energy, just like a bug would if it were on its back. So here we go, jitterbug for the next 40 seconds. Just shake away. Continue to breathe through the nose. And I invite you to lift your head up off the rebounder. And throughout these next 10 minutes, you can lift your head in intervals according to what your neck and head says. If you are lifting and it says time for a break, bring your head down. When you're ready again, bring your head back up. And this will strengthen the front of the neck, the upper spine, the jaw, pretty much the entire surrounding neck and head muscles. So in intervals with your head. Next up, we're gonna do the point and flex. So go ahead and take your palms and push your palms all the way forward and point your toes. So your legs are straight, your arms are straight, but your hands come down. And now bring your toes back, flex your feet, and bring your palms back all the way. So we're just gonna now bring the toes forward and the palms forward and reach and bring it back. Keep those legs straight, reach forward and bring it back. Point and flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. One more round. Point and flex. Next up, arms are straight up, palms facing together, about a foot apart with each palm. And now I want you to do some scissor kicks with your straight legs, pointed toes, and engage the core muscles. So we have our legs inverted and we are bringing our inverted legs to motion, connecting with the core and the hip flexors. So be in a reach upward, which is going to help you engage the core. And then take your breaks as needed by bringing your head down to your pillow. But continue to lengthen through the arms. The arms are inverted as well. Open your palms. You might wiggle your fingers and continue with the leg reaching. Nose breathing, 3, 2, and 1. Now keeping the arms right in place, let's go ahead and do scissor kicks or crisscross this time. And keep the toes pointed. And I want there to be a lengthening reach happening through the legs, through the arms, and then the head is up until it needs a break. And you can use those core muscles, but I really want the full reach happening through the legs and arms. Nose breathing, eyes relaxed. Three, 2, and 1. Now we're going to do a knee and elbow bend. So bend the elbows and the knees and squeeze. And then reach. and bring them into a bend and squeeze and reach. So when you squeeze the legs, the calves and hamstrings squeeze into each other and reach. And when you squeeze the arms, the forearms meet the biceps and we squeeze. So make sure all 4 limbs are working as a team together, squeezing and reaching. Squeeze and reach. Have intention here. All 4 equal strength and reach. Lengthen. Squeeze and reach. Squeeze and reach. One more. Squeeze and reach. Next up, we're going to go into the inner thighs by doing a split in the legs, and I want you to use the comfortable surface behind your back. It also is flexible. I want you to rock side to side and stretch into those inner thighs, and I want you to mean business. Go into your flexibility and make some progress. Just a little bit, even just tipping side to side here is going to help you to go deeper. But you could be pushing in to the inner knees, and you could be pointing through the toes as well, lengthening through the legs. And you can lift your head up in intervals if you'd like, or you can just be resting your head and really focusing in on the deep flexibility in your hips and your thighs. 3, 2, 1. Let's bring the legs up again. And now I want you to stretch into the hamstrings. And you and your hamstring stretch. It's very personal. Don't worry about anyone else and how flexible they are. I want you to connect to where you're at now and love it. Be happy with it. You can have your head up off the pillow, or you can have it resting. And I want you to flex your feet. So bringing your toes towards your nose and stretch through the heels. So your knees can have a slight bend, and I encourage you to do that. And you can push on your calves, so you can bring your legs closer to your head using the comfortable, flexible surface behind your back in order to put this stretch into motion. And see if you can progress just a little bit further. 3, 2, and 1. Arms up, feet up. Let's go ahead and do wrist and ankle rotations. And you can have your head coming up or resting. You can do the intervals if you'd like. Let's go ahead and rotate in the other direction now. All 4 of your limbs. The wrists, feel those wrists getting more mobile and more open. Feel those ankles healing and strengthening, all while inverted. Teeth are closed. Now let's go ahead and reach up, and let's open our palms and open our toes for a nice deep spread. Hold that spread and scan. Right arm, right leg, left leg. Connection. Open wide for 5, 4, open wider, 3, 2, and 1. Next up, let's go ahead and do some body tapping. So you can do both legs at once or just one leg at a time. It's up to you. And you could start with the top of the feet. You can do the bottom of the feet, work your way down. Every slap counts. So make it count. If you have a moment, go ahead and tap into your arms as well. 3, 2, and 1. The final move is going to be to relax the head and neck, to put the legs up against the bar, to calm the breath, teeth stay closed, relax the eyes, relax the forehead, the jaw, the neck, the shoulders, the core, even the hips and the knees, the feet. See if you can let go just a little bit more throughout the forehead and the eyes. See if you can slow down your breath. Three, 2, and 1. Now we can put our legs down, feet flat against the ground, or you can stay in leg inversion if you desire. But I want you to stand up in increments. So first, put the feet on the ground, pause here for a moment. And when you feel ready, you can sit up and pause in the seated position. And when you're ready, you can do some more health bounce or stand up. You're all finished. Thank you so much for joining me for this class. I hope you loved it and enjoyed it. If you wouldn't mind, would you please comment below and tell me what time it is for you right here, right now. Tell me what time it is in the comments section. Thank you for leaving your comments, and we really appreciate everyone who is giving these routines a big thumbs up. If you don't mind, give us that like if you like the routine. It really helps us to spread the jumping message. And subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. There are more routines like this coming your way. Take care, everyone. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.